Hello, hello. And not 20 minutes late tonight. I see Brian there said, is Mr. Francis going to be 20 minutes late tonight? No. So how is everybody today? It's blowing a gale here and raining and everything. Unbelievable, the weather. What better to sit inside and watch an Elvis channel? Of course, we got this day in Elvis history, Elvis photo and song of the week. We've got the poll result about Flaming Star, as you can see behind me. So hey, let's get this show started. Let's see who is here. Ed, Earl Walker, Helen, Duncan. Hi, Mark. Good to see you. Glad you could join us. Lee Ash says inherit the wind. I'm not quite sure what that's about. We had that weather yesterday. Hi, Jill. For anybody that was watching the show on Sunday will know that Jill was the lucky winner of the box set, the Elvis Back in Nashville box set. Only just, though. She was only just the winner because when I rang her the first time, her cat was sat on her phone. I've heard the nursery rhyme, the cat sat on the mat, but I've never heard of the cat sat on the phone. So I thought I'll give her one more try, and if she doesn't answer, I'll move on to my second choice. Well, not choice, but the person that was drawn second. But thankfully she picked up, and as I was telling her today, hi Michelle. As I was telling Jill today, her prize is on the way, and she's to let me know when she receives it, and I'm sure she's really looking forward to it. And congratulations once again on winning that prize, Jill. And there will be more giveaways in the future. You can be sure of that. Right, so let's delve into Flaming Star, and I ask you to... Elvis Last says, where's Jill? Well, Jill was here earlier on. I definitely saw her name come up, so maybe she's just having a little rest. I hope she hasn't fainted, like a delayed reaction from winning the prize. Right, so yeah, as you probably know, I ask you to vote on a poll 2 times a week. I normally upload it on a Monday for Wednesday's show, and then I upload another one on Thursday for the Sunday show. And we've reached Flaming Star. On Sunday it was GI Blues, and now it's Flaming Star. Let's just, I'll give you a little background to Flaming Star. It's a 1960 American Western film starring Elvis, Barbara Eden and Steve Forrest, based on the book Flaming Lance of 1958 by Claire Huffaker. Critics agreed that Elvis gave one of his best acting performances as the mixed blood Pacer Burton. The film was directed by Don Siegel and had a working title of Black Star. I'm sure a lot of you know this. In fact, Black Star was considered to be the actual title of the movie all the way through production during August, September and October of 1960. And it wasn't until principal photography was completed that Elvis returned to radio recorders on October the 7th to re-record the title track, now called Flaming Star. He recorded 2 versions that day between 8 and 11 p.m, a main version and the end titles version. Elvis's previous film, GI Blues, had been a success at the box office, and he led to one of his best-selling albums as well. However, determined to be taken seriously as an actor, he asked for roles with fewer songs. Flaming Star was initially to include 4 songs. Okay, 4 songs. Director Don Siegel wished that Elvis not appear professional in those scenes. He shouldn't have an awkwardness or an absence of his mannerisms. Eventually, Elvis demanded that 2 songs be removed, leaving just the title song, Flaming Star, and a short number at the opening birthday party scene, Cane in a High Starch Collar. Despite this aforementioned desire to make films with fewer songs, this would be the last of his films to have a minimal number of songs until the 1968 release Charo. That only had 1 song, sung over the titles. There was also Let's Forget About the Stars, but that was completely and utterly dropped. Shooting started in August of 1960 at the Conajo Ranch in Thousand Oaks, California. Now, I'm not sure whether I've pronounced that right. It could be Conejo or Conejo, but it was a ranch in the Thousand Oaks in California. Barbara Steele, originally signed to play the love interest, was replaced during filming by Barbara Eden. After studio executives decided that Steele's British accent, one of those, was too pronounced, though Steele claims that she had quit. Okay, so we'll never know for sure why. We'll just have to take it as read that Barbara said that she... sorry, not Barbara. Barbara Steele and Barbara Eden she had quit. Barbara Steele had quit. The movie was released only 1 month after GI Blues, but did not achieve the same degree of box office success, reaching number 12 on the Variety's box office survey for the year. Now, this is the crux of the matter now. I asked you, which is your favourite song recorded for the movie Flaming Star? Okay, I mean, I could have just said from Flaming Star, but that would have just left us with Flaming Star and a cane and a high starch collar. So, Flaming Star, that was left in. Black Star, well, we know what happened to Black Star, even though it was recorded at the first batch of recording sessions. No. Out. Changed completely. Britches, out. You can clearly see in the film where Britches was supposed to happen. It's during a horseback ride, and they're riding and talking, and then it jumps to them arriving at their destination. So where that cut is, that's where Britches was supposed to land, if you like. A cane and a high starch collar, in. Summer Kisses, Winter Tears, out. Sadly. Now, drums, bongos, maracas were overdubbed to Elvis's vocal for Summer Kisses, Winter Tears, with the bongos and the maracas continuing on for another minute after Elvis stopped singing. What can be heard in the movie at around 42 minutes into the movie are the bongos and maracas after Elvis stopped singing, with Elvis singing part being cut from the movie, as I've already said, where Elvis is sitting around with the Indians smoking a peace pipe. So look out for that when you're watching Flaming Star again. First of all, the horseback ride, where Britches would have landed or appeared, and then the bongos stroke maracas, drums sort of playing on. You can hear them on the soundtrack. That is the end of Summer Kisses, Winter Tears that Elvis wasn't singing on, if that makes sense. He sings, but the instruments and everything go on for another minute, and this is what we hear about 42 minutes into the movie. Were Summer Kisses or Britches actually filmed? I think probably Britches was, and I would imagine probably Summer Kisses was as well, Duncan. It's a bit like Danny from King Creole. There are still pictures of him purportedly, filming the sequence when he sang Danny. So I would say Britches, yes. Summer Kisses, yes. Whether the film still exists or whether it was destroyed, I don't know. So what I want to do now is I want to read out some of your comments on the poll, and then I'll give you the poll result. And again, I'm surprised at how much some of the songs got. Hi, who's calling Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel?
Hello, Steve. It's Mark.
Hey, Mark. How are you doing? Is it windy where you are?
It is windy, yeah.
We're nearly blown away here.
Yeah, the last few days we've had real bad winds and rain.
Yeah. The rain today was just unbelievable. Even for Ireland, it was unbelievable.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
The amount.
Yeah, it's across the country a bit. Yeah, it's not nice, is it, at the moment?
Yeah, they've named it Storm Barra.
Yeah.
So I'll be glad to see the back of Barra, that's for sure.
That's sure. And me.
So what do you think?
For me, I would go for Flaming Star. I think Flaming Star is a great song, a great track. I like Black Star as well.
I was just about to say, actually, what do you think of the first attempt they did when it was Black Star? Do you not think that Black Star fits the theme better?
I suppose it does in a way, yeah. I can understand what you're saying, yeah. Well, when I first heard Black Star for the first time in the 90s when it came out, I thought, yeah, it sounded good and could be on the par. But I don't know, talking about Flaming Star, again, I think that fits the film as well. I think they both do, really.
Yeah.
But it's a shame the other song got cut from the movie, but I'm kind of glad that they did, because I think Flaming Star is a good film. Elvis acting well in that film, and I think if you did have a few more songs in it, I think you would support it, I think.
I wasn't disappointed that Britches was cut from the film.
No,
I was disappointed that Summer Kisses, Winter Tears was.
Yeah, it's a great song. Yeah, it's a nice song, that is, as well. But I suppose Elvis did, for the once in his life, got his own way a little bit there, and you saw the good acting side of Elvis in Flaming Star, didn't you, really?
I was just about to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. And a fantastic ending to the film. Okay, it doesn't actually show Elvis dying as they did in Love Me Tender. But again, they had a little bit of a cop-out at the end of Love Me Tender, where he sort of came back and sang Love Me, so that they softened the blow a little bit. And I think they did that with Flaming Star as well. But it's completely clear there that he sort of rides off into the sunset. It's a little bit like the end of Shane. You're never sure whether Shane dies or not. No,
that's it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I just think, it's a film that showed Elvis again. He's acting a bit better, and people forget how young Elvis was in that film. Still,
that's right.
And his acting skills were good, and I think if he'd have progressed and gone a bit more, along that way, he'd have made even better films than he did. But of course, we all know why.
Oh, yeah.
We all know why.
We all know why. What would he have been? Let's see now. He would have been 25, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it's not old, is it? He's still young,
No. Incredible, really.
What he'd done prior to that, which were his first 4 films, which I think were really good before he went into the army. And I think, he came back, obviously, GR Blues, which we talked about. Yeah, great film, but it's not on the same par as Flaming Star, is it? As acting wise and story wise.
And of course, a story about during filming, for anybody, there's sometimes an argument about what color eyes Elvis had. Some people say he had blue. Other people say no, but they look brown in some photographs. But I think it's just the lighting. But the thing is Don Siegel asked him to wear brown contact lenses, didn't he? Because he was portraying an Indian. But he couldn't tolerate the contact lenses, so they just said, "Oh, forget it." So for anybody that's not sure whether Elvis had blue eyes or not, yes, he did, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have had to have tried to wear those contact lenses.
Of course,
Of course, they weren't as refined as they are now. In 1960, I'm sure they were very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah. You watch him in Flaming Star, and you think, was it probably 3 or 4 years down the line, you could have seen Elvis in the Magnificent Seven, couldn't you?
Yes.
Because I think he could have done it. Along the lights and Steve McQueen and all that.
What's that film that Ricky Nelson is in? And I think it was originally meant for Elvis. Was it Rio Bravo?
Rio Bravo, yeah.
You can see Elvis playing the Ricky Nelson. Because Ricky even sings a song during it.
He does as well. Yeah, he does. Yeah, you can see him in that as well. Yeah, you could. Yeah.
What else could I see him in? I could have seen him in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Of course, he would have been the Clint Eastwood part of the trio. It's listen. I'm getting maudlin again, thinking about all the missed opportunities.
Yeah.
But
of course.
Yeah, Elvis could act. He could act.
Definitely.
All right, Mark.
Okay.
Don't get blown away. Cheers.
I won't. Try not to. Take care, bud.
Cheers. Bye.
Mate.
Bye.
Ta-ra.
Yeah, it's always great to hear from Mark because he always makes some good points. Right, yeah. Just that little story about the contact lenses came to mind while I was speaking to Mark. Don Siegel asked him to wear brown contact lenses to hide his blue eyes because you can't really have a blue-eyed Indian. And he couldn't tolerate them. But anybody that says, oh, surely Elvis had brown eyes, not blue, he wouldn't have worn those contact lenses if he'd have had brown eyes to start with. Right, so some of your comments before I reveal the poll. Jill Brett. Hello, Jill. Getting excited, I'm sure, for this delivery. You should have a stern word with that cat of yours because that cat nearly cost you not winning the prize. Jill says, Summer Kisses, Winter Tears for me, with Flaming Star a close second. A bit of an easy one for a change. Well, I suppose it was quite an easy poll this week, yes. Bossa Nova Baby. Hi, Bossa Nova Baby. Summer Kisses, Winter Tears, if I had to choose. I like Flaming Star, Britches and a Cane and a High Starch Collar for fun songs. I used to sing the latter to myself when I had a craze for Cherry Pie. Yes, Cherry Pie is in the lyrics of that one. Edwidge, I saw you on the... on the chat a little earlier. He says, hello, Steve. My favourite is Black Star. It's very strong, like a song with the voice of and Elvis's voice is gorgeous. So it's a strong song, yes. Quite dark as well. Klevek says, my choice, Summer Kisses, Winter Tears, followed closely by Black Star. I have learned to favour Black Star instead of Flaming Star because of its meaning. Yeah, that's sort of what I was saying to Mark. Was Black Star more fitting to really what happened to Elvis at the end? Michael Gillen says, I'll wait these picks out until you get to That's the Way It Is. Now that'll be interesting. We've got a few weeks yet to wait for that then. That's the way it is. Doug Dickerson, this is quite a long one, but it's worth sticking with. Hiya, Doug. Steve, we have talked several times about Black Star and Flaming Star and why we both prefer Black Star. It's the same song, but Black Star, I think, fits the actual context of the lyrics in the song about how we each will die one day and our star will burn out, thus a black star. Yeah. So the time we have here while alive is counting off, and we have that black star over our shoulder, reminding us to have intent and purpose in our lives and not to waste that. There's a big reason why I prefer Black Star, and it's great to listen to on top, and the meaning of it as well. So, yeah, it's a great song, and he says the meaning is great as well. Elvis Presley, the legend, TCB always says, like them all, but I always play Black Star the most, so I would pick that one. Mega Nonky, I have to say, Steve, you did well to get 5 songs. Yeah, well, they weren't all in the picture, but I know what you mean. My pick would be Summer Kisses, Winter Tears, a beautiful and haunting song. Okay, so if you could try and guess then what is going to be the winner. A lot of people seem to go for Black Star and Summer Kisses, Winter Tears, or is it just the fact that those are the comments that I picked? Here we go. Let's reveal the poll. One of the highest votes ever, Flaming Star, 59%. Unbelievably, well, to me, anyway, Black Star only got 6%. Britches, 3%, that's no surprise. Cane and a High Starch Collar, 5%. Followed, and then second place, Summer Kisses, Winter Tears. I am going to tell you what my choice would have been, and it actually falls nicely with my song of the week as well, because I've picked it as my song of the week. I chose the second placed song, Summer Kisses, Winter Tears, written by Fred Wise, Jack Lloyd, Ben Weisman. recorded on August the 8th and 9th at Radio Recorders, Hollywood, between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m. for Flaming Star, as we already know that, but not used. So it's Summer Kisses, Winter Tears. I've chosen an outtake, not the master. And let's have a quick word with Maxine before we go any further. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the take I've chosen. Well, hello, Maxine.
Hey, Steve.
And tell me this. Have you been blown away?
No, not yet. I've been staying indoors.
Yeah, it's been fairly rough, though.
Oh, it has. It's horrible.
Do you know, I didn't mention at the top of the show, we got the fibre optic in here, so hopefully buffering and all this will be a thing of the past. And I thought,
brilliant.
wouldn't it be ironic if just before the show started, the power went out?
Oh, no.
Have to go to all the trouble to get the fibre optic in. So
oh, no.
I've had a green light all the way so far, so I would imagine it's working seamlessly.
Yeah, it's doing really good, so.
Yeah. So what would you like to say about Black Star, Flaming Star?
Oh, I think Flaming Star suits it better.
Do you?
I think it does. Yeah, but then again, also Black Star, because it would have been a different sort of vibe to it.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, and me included, would associate death with black.
I know.
So that's why. I mean, I chose Summer Kisses, Winter Tears. Okay, but my second choice would have been Black Star.
That is a good song. Summer.
And I think they should have called the movie Black Star and just left it at that. I don't think they should have started mucking around with it in October. I wonder who made the decision sometime between August and October to change it to Flaming Star.
Ooh. My sort of vibe is going towards the Colonel, but it could have been someone else.
Yeah, well, he always had an awful lot to say about it, didn't he? And he was technical advisor, and I suppose it would fall under that umbrella. But I mean, what would he have against the word black?
I don't know. Maybe he just thought Flaming Star would make more money, but obviously it didn't, did it? Didn't make that much, unfortunately.
Of course, what was the original book title? Was it Flaming Lance?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they thought, well, Black Star is too much of a jump from Flaming Lance to Black Star. Let's leave Flaming in there and leave Star. Yeah. So I just thought of that on the fly there. That's probably what it is. They wanted to leave it closer to Flaming Lance.
Yeah.
It's funny. Elvis, when Elvis was in, he was in Hawaii. No, I can't remember exactly where the interview took place. Doesn't really matter, but I remember him being asked about his upcoming movies, and he says, my next movie is going to be Flaming Lance. So obviously, at one time, he thought it was just going to be exactly the same as the book.
That would have been a good film name, but I don't know.
Yeah, well,
bit of a hard one.
Yeah, it's unusual. It's unusual, but that's probably what it is. They wanted to keep the word flaming in there from the book to make the connection. As far as his acting performance goes, what do you think about that?
I think his acting in that film was brilliant, to be honest. Where he was on point. There was no problems with his acting. You could tell he was a serious actor.
Yeah. It could rank alongside King Creole for his acting. I think.
Definitely.
I think.
Yeah.
The ending particularly gives you kind of goosebumps, doesn't it?
Oh, I almost cried at that part. I was like, no, don't let him die.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they kind of leave it sort of ambiguous, don't they? As I said earlier on, almost like Shane. You never knew whether Shane actually died either.
No, exactly.
I'd like to think that Shane or Pacer didn't die.
I think Pacer just left to go and heal himself.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, they could have made a follow-up to Shane. They couldn't really make a follow-up to Flaming Star. But Shane 2, you can imagine Shane 2, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
where he comes back to see the boy, and the boy's all grown up, and he says, who are you? I don't care who you are anymore. You didn't come back when I called after you.
You just see Pacer come riding in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Nice talking to you.
All right. You too, Steve.
Cheers, Maxine. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. They could have made a sequel to Shane, couldn't they? Right. Yeah. as I say, I've chosen an outtake, not the master of Summer Kisses, Winter Tears. It's take 2 with a little bit of chatter before the song. And I just love this take, as I think Elvis gives it a much gentler approach than the released master take. Let me know what you think. You can I'll leave a link below in the description box for the take I've chosen. And if you want to leave comments in the comment section of this video at a later date, that's great. But I would appreciate maybe some of you listening to this take 2. It hasn't got the high-pitched guitar start to it. It's got a softer feel to it. And Elvis's voice is, I think that the approach is just a lot softer than the master version. So, as I say, look out for that link about 5 minutes after this video ends. Don't forget, I look forward to you joining me on Sunday at the same time, because we have another round of the Fan of the Month quiz. And here's another caller. I'm being really spoiled tonight with callers. Hello, Jeanette.
Hi, Steve. Nice to talk to you.
Yes, you haven't had this storm. You're far too far away from us, unless of course you've had a storm all of your own.
We are expecting rain this week, but right now the sun is shining, but it's still chilly. It's probably in the upper 50s Fahrenheit, low 60s.
You're California, aren't you?
I sure am.
Yeah,
don't tell anybody.
You get about 350 days of sunshine a year, I think.
Well, not the city I live in, but yeah, we are pretty spoiled out here with weather.
I visited California many, many, many years ago in 1979 when I was just a mere child then.
Oh, wow.
And I was in Reseda and places like that. And of course, we went to Disneyland and all those sort of things. But I was very, very young.
Well, I invite you to come back.
Oh, great. Oh, yeah, I will.
Come back and I'll find you and we'll hang out a little bit. You know, bring your family, bring your friends. Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do an Elvis meetup.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just hang out and chat and, let's go find his houses. Let's
I was just about to say that we could go to Hillcrest and we could go to Bellagio Road and all those places and Ladera. Yeah. Great idea.
Okay, let me put it in my day planner. We'll do that. But Steve, it's been a rough week for me this week, and I thought, man, I want to call in and talk to a friend. So
thank you very much.
I think this is a nice distraction from my crummy week. So this is nice. So thank you for this channel.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So Flaming Star, or Black Star.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, you and I talked about this before.
We probably did.
We probably did, but I don't care. I like talking about it. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, I'll be honest, so it's not super crystal clear in my head. But I do know that I really, really liked this movie, and I might put it up there as one of my favorites. I do think with Summer Kisses, that is it's such a beautiful song.
Yeah.
And it distinctly shows Elvis's range, I think. It's just so beautiful. And then my other favorite, which was super close, it was a tight race for me. I love that Black Star.
Yes.
And I understand why people say, well, Flaming Star sounds better. And yeah, when you think about it, Flaming Star, when you sing Flaming Star, it flows more than Black Star. It just kind of flows a little bit better, but
it's got that extra syllable, hasn't it?
Yeah, it just sounds right when you're singing Flaming Star. But for me, the little difference, just a tiny difference between the two, is with Flaming Star at the end, everyone joins in and sings Flaming Star, whereas Black Star, it's just him.
Yes.
It fades with only his voice.
That's right.
Singing the Black Star. And that's what I want to hear. I want to hear just him fading. That's what is more pleasing to my ear.
And as
that's what I chose.
And as I said to Maxine, they probably decided to switch it back to Flaming Star because the book was Flaming Lance.
Which would make sense. Sure, it would make sense.
Exactly.
Even though the Black Star talks more about a person facing their own mortality, right? So To me, that's a better fit. So, to each their own, whatever they like. And I'm going to say this, and no one's going to agree except for that 3%. I like Britches, okay? It's a cheesy song. When you're talking about she'll beg you to come to the country dance and then she shows up in her brother's pants.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That wasn't supposed to be an Oscar-winning song. It's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
But I love the part where after he sings that line and then he kind of slurs it. Would you expect from a gal in britches? Yeah. It's super cute.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know Elvis, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I know he didn't want that song released, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But they did release it, obviously, after he passed. But I like that song.
I think they took out Britches and Summer Kisses, Winter Tears. He asked for them to be taken out, I think. I'm not too sure what he had. I'm not sure what he had against Summer Kisses, Winter Tears. But,
I know. I don't know. Maybe he thought it wasn't good enough, but wow, I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Yes, I do.
And Steve, do you know much about? I mean, did they? They didn't do a promotion. They didn't release a song for Flaming Star because I think they were still riding high on the GI Blues soundtrack.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, there was a Elvis Sting's Flaming Star and other hits, didn't they, later on? But they didn't actually do an album per se, no, because it just wasn't enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but they had Are You Lonesome Tonight, I think, was still up there on the charts, and they had the GI Blues.
Yeah.
But again, if I'm misinforming people, tell me, because I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
Was Flaming Star, though, the song itself, was that not bootlegged?
What you mean? It could have been, yeah. I mean, I heard Black Star before it appeared on the Collector's Gold in the 90s, but the first official release was on that.
Okay, but if I'm wrong, somebody let me know. But there was a DJ, I guess, in Denver that was watching Flaming Star, and I think he recorded the song, and then it got released as a bootleg to stations.
Right. Yeah, you could.
And there was a big old uproar about it, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm sure the Colonel.
Bootlegging's been going on for a long time.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure the Colonel nearly swallowed his cigar thinking about all the money they were going to miss out.
Yeah, but I really like the movie, and now I feel like I want to watch it again. I thought he was fantastic, and yes, I cried at the end.
Yeah,
but I thought the casting was really, really good.
Without a doubt, yeah. Barbara Eden, Steve Forrest, yes.
Oh yeah.
So watch out when you do watch it. Watch out for where Britches would have sat, and also listen out for where he finishes singing "Summer Kisses, Winter Tears." You can hear the bongos and the drums, and they're just sitting around smoking the peace pipe. But he has just finished singing "Summer Kisses, Winter Tears."
Okay, I'll have to watch that again. Let me put that also in my day planner. And I know Britches, you listen to it now. It's not politically correct. Whatever.
So what?
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, I could go on, but we have to let other people call in. So
okay. Thanks,
I appreciate
Jeanette.
the time.
Okay.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Talk to you later.
Thanks for making me feel better.
Okay. I hope your week gets better.
Me too. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Bye, Steve.
Cheers. Bye. It's Jeanette from sunny California. And the way the weather is at the moment here, I'm envious of anybody in sunny California. Right, so we are going to do This Day in Elvis History. What was Elvis doing on the 8th of December down through the years? You'll find it especially interesting if it's your birthday today or some sort of anniversary or something like that. 1955, and I have a photograph. Elvis with Scotty, Bill and DJ appeared at the Rialto Theatre, Louisville, Kentucky with Hank Snow for Philip Morris Company employees. And wonderful photograph. And it's even, it shows all four of them. Sometimes you've got sort of like DJ sitting at the back and you can hardly see him because Elvis or Scotty or somebody is in the way. But that one there, you can see Scotty, Elvis, Bill, and DJ. And as we know, I'm sure we all know by now, that bass that Bill is playing is now owned by Paul McCartney. Just a little bit of trivia on the side. Where are we going to go to next? We're going to go to 1956 and say that the album Elvis hit #1 in the US. That's his first album. 1960, Wild in the Country production. There's a lovely shot there. Hope Lang and Elvis. Lange. 1961, he was working on Kid Galahad, and let's throw up a nice picture from Kid Galahad. You never have enough photographs of Elvis. So there's Kid Galahad. 1968, yeah. Now, this, obviously, I'm going to have to show you that. Running time, NBC TV special, running 60 minutes. It was easily the highest rated primetime program in the Nielsen ratings for the week of December 2nd to 8th. So that's this week on television in 1968. 1970. Elvis went shopping again. He bought a house for Joe Esposito and his wife in West Los Angeles, and Mercedes for himself, Jerry Schilling, and Barbara Lee. Yeah, what a generous man to a fault, really, isn't he? And also, on this day in 1970, we got I Really Don't Want to Know, backed with There Goes My Everything. Was released on December the 8th and peaked at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100. So I Really Don't Want to Know, backed with There Goes My Everything. 1972, Elvis received a bill from IC Costume for $9,525 for 5 jumpsuits, 5 silk shirts, 5 corduroy suits, and repairs to 8 jumpsuits. 1973, the Elvis Presley single Raised on Rock hit number 36 in the UK. And 1976, yes, I have a photograph from 1976. He was at the Hilton Hotel. There's the blue rainbow suit he's wearing there. It looks like quite a tired Elvis there, doesn't it? Elvis announced that plans are underway for a visit to London. That's what he said during this engagement. Plans are underway for a visit to London. Sadly, it didn't happen. It leads me to Song of the Week. And I didn't used to do Song of the Week on Wednesdays. I only used to do them on Sundays, but this kind of ties in with the topic that we're talking about, Flaming Star. So here is the pick of the week. And it's a cute picture of Elvis and Barbara Eden. And I just love the smile on Elvis's face and the cheeky look that Barbara is giving Elvis. So I couldn't resist that. When I was going through pictures for Flaming Star, that's the one I thought, yeah, that jumps out at me. What does everybody think of that? It's cute, isn't it? Yes, Maxine says, I wish he'd come here. Yeah, so do I. Aisha says, I love that film, Shane. Yeah, one of my favorites as well. Brandon DeWild, I think, wasn't it, who played Joey? That is a cute one. He looks so good. Yeah. Brian says, come back, Shane. Love that pic with Barbara. They look so happy. Yeah, there's a few serious ones of him and Barbara as well, but that one caught my eye. Everybody's shouting, come back, Shane. Jill says, very lucky lady. Yes, you are as well. Don't forget to have a word with your cat about sitting on your phone. Phyllis, hi Phyllis, says, gorgeous picture, Steve. They look close. Yeah, I think they did get on well. Yeah. Get an interview with Barbara Eden. Barbara now is in her 90s, I believe. Would I be right in saying that? It'd be very, very hard to get an interview with Barbara now. Yes, the Genie and the King. I like that. I Dream of Jeannie. Yeah. Hi, who's calling Elvis the Ultimate Fan Channel?
Hi, Steve. It's Kathy.
Hi, Kathy. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yes. Thank you for calling in. And is it about Flaming Star?
It is.
Right.
It is.
What do you think?
Just a question.
Okay.
I've actually heard that the movie was originally called Black Star.
Yes, that's right.
And Elvis did all the soundtrack. He put down the track of Black Star. Then when it got changed, he was actually called back in to do the Flaming Star soundtrack. So I'm thinking it got changed to Flaming Star because the movie got changed to Flaming Star. So they dropped Black Star. I could be wrong.
No, you are. You're quite correct. Actually, we did skim over it there earlier on in the show. He recorded Black Star in August of 1960. Then they did the shooting and all the sort of principal photography, and then he was called back in October to record Flaming Star instead. But we're not 100% sure why it was changed from Black Star to Flaming Star, although it was based on the book Flaming Lance, and we think, well, maybe they wanted to keep the word flaming in there.
Most possibly. Absolutely. But yeah, and I just thought that was just a little bit, they wanted to keep the word flaming, but they could have also gone the other way as well and dropped it because they changed it to Flaming Star rather than Black Star. It could either way, and they chose the other way. So I just thought that was interesting as well.
There's a funny outtake I've heard when they're doing these soundtrack recordings. Thorne Nogar, the producer who worked with Elvis at Radio Recorders, at one point calls it Flaming Arrow. And Elvis laughs and says, Flaming Arrow, he says, and Thorne says, yeah, we've retitled the picture. So there must have been quite a lot of uncertainty about what the movie was going to be called if Thorne thought it was going to be called Flaming Arrow.
Yeah. Well, as you said too, there was, a lot of changes to the cast too.
Yeah.
I mean, one was in it 1 minute, then they weren't. I heard actually one of the male stars that was in it was changed as well. And I was thinking there's a lot of changes done before that movie even got off the ground. There was just a lot of changes in it. Maybe they, I don't know, sort of working it out as they went along, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's not unusual. I mean, as far back as when the very first movies were made, there was always sort of working titles, and then they would change the titles and things like that. So it's nothing new, but it would just, I'm just curious to know why that change was made. I think probably I might have hit the nail on the head with the Flaming Lance thing, I think, anyway.
You probably did.
Pure guesswork. It's nice to hear from you, Kathy. Very, very nice. Thank you for calling in. I do appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. I hope to hear from you again.
I definitely will call you.
Okay. Cheers.
Thanks.
Bye. Yeah, I forgot about that little exchange. You can find that on YouTube when they're doing the recording sessions at Radio Recorders. And Thorne Nogar calls out Flaming Arrow. Now, again, it could be that there was rumors that they were going to call it Flaming Arrow. They were going to completely change from Black Star to Flaming Arrow. Then thought, well, no, we better leave the star in there because you can't really say that there's an arrow over your back watching over you, I suppose. It would make more sense to have a star in the sky than an arrow. Flaming Arrow. Wouldn't really fit in, would it? So, what a great discussion. And we will have the next movie in Elvis's career to discuss on Sunday, along with a lot more other things, with the Fan of the Week and all those sort of things as well. Thanks once again to Maxine for doing a job on the moderating. She always does a wonderful job. Thanks, Maxine. Thanks to all the wonderful callers that rang in. I must admit, I missed Morgan tonight. Morgan normally calls in. He has a lot to say about the films and Elvis subjects. Very knowledgeable. So don't forget, Fan of the Month Round 2 for December. This Day in Elvis History, a photo of the week, song of the week, another topic, another poll, and hopefully a lot more callers. But until then, look after yourselves.